A devastating attack on Starfleet Headquarters leads to Captain Mackenzie being abducted.
He wasn't in any condition to just get up and walk out of here.
And a family reunion.
Mac, you look terrible.
You must know that I will not break under interrogation.
But who's the real mastermind?
You're their slaves, aren't you?
We are no one's slave.
You are. And what's worse, you don't even realize it.
The balance of power will shift.
He's a Romulan prisoner.
And you are working for me.
On the next Eternal Night, only on TrekZone.org.
Previously on Eternal Night.
I'm Ensign Cunningham, Starfleet. Please help.
Proceed immediately to Unity 1. There's been an incident.
We're on our way. Do you believe it was the runabout?
I do not know.
Perhaps we should pay a visit to this pilot when she regains consciousness. What's the count, Doctor?
30 dead, 21 wounded so far.
Is this our mystery guest?
Yes, sir.
Can I speak to her?
I had to sedate her earlier today, but she should just be asleep now.
Dad?
You probably can't understand me, but I have to make sense of all this. So, for now, you are my sounding board, okay? Well, a few days went past, and no one seemed to miss Mum from Rylem 4. Back on Earth, the Federation president addressed a crowd gathering on the Presidio to commemorate the 10th anniversary of the end of the Dominion War.
It was the first time since the Earth-Romulan War that entire quadrants were engulfed in conflict. Over 600,000 men and women who pledged to serve Starfleet paid the ultimate sacrifice so that we may stand here today in freedom. We shall not forget them, nor their sacrifices. But we must also remember those brave soldiers from the Klingon Defense Force and the Romulan Empire who died to protect the ideals of each of our respective cultures. In all, almost 807 million people died defending their ideals, or just their homes during 2 bloody...
The year is 2386, and the utopian dream of the Federation is a distant memory. For many, survival is more important than idealism. From the ashes of war, an eternal night has set over the galaxy. Based upon Star Trek created by Gene Roddenberry, this is Star Trek: Eternal Night. Starring Vito DiFrancesco, Jeremy Levi, and Tessa Carmody, with Ross Darcy, Sarah McKellar, and Alexandra Wilson.
Captain. Good. Nurse?
Rix, what happened?
An explosive device detonated on the podium, sir.
Where's Steve and Sarah?
They were close to the explosion, but they're going to be fine.
Good morning, Captain.
Morning? What time is it?
09:30. You've been unconscious for 4 days.
4 days?
Captain, please relax. You're in no condition to leave.
We've got this, Mac. Steve's back on duty, and he's helping the investigation.
Enter.
Admiral, the operation was successful.
Report, Centurion.
300 dead, 200 more wounded.
And our target?
Wounded.
Excellent. Begin Phase 2.
Who are you? Hello? Nurse?
You'll be pleased to know that Captain Mackenzie will be joining us shortly.
What have you done to him?
Oh, so you do care?
Of course I care. I remember you now, Admiral Telorus. You're the one responsible for the Kraken 3 massacre.
I tried to save those people, but the governor was too arrogant to listen.
Must be a common problem.
I will not let you bait me, Commander. Know this, when Captain Mackenzie arrives and sees what I will do to you, I will have what I need to destroy the mighty Federation.
He wasn't in any condition to just get up and walk out of here. There has to be a transporter trace somewhere.
That was a bit harsh, don't you think, Steve?
You are taking this rather lightly, aren't you, Rix?
On the contrary. However, my time spent on Vulcan has taught me that keeping my emotions neutral and following the logical process of deduction is prudent in circumstances such as this.
If it wasn't for your blue skin and bald head, I'd swear you a Vulcan.
Thank you, Commander.
Any luck, Commanders?
The planetary sensor net can't find him anywhere. The only conclusion to draw is that he was transported off the planet.
There have been no alien vessels in the orbit since the bombing, and all the Starfleet vessels have reported in.
Admiral, I've heard that the Romulans have been deploying ships with the ability to transport and use weapons while cloaked. Could it have been one of them?
To coin an Earth phrase, that's a long bow to draw, Commander.
At this point, I'm willing to entertain any theories, gentlemen. Follow it up, Commander.
Get up. Get up. All right, let's try it this way. For months, I've waited for the right time, Captain. I've waited for our plan to come together.
Alicia?
Mac, you look terrible.
You must know that I will not break under interrogation.
You know, she said pretty much the same thing. No matter, I am well aware of your impressive resilience under duress, and the Jem'Hadar are not known for doing things by halves. But if you care not for your own well-being, care about Alicia's. The human mind is weak, vulnerable.
Leash, your neck.
Mac, that's Telorus.
With the right technique, any memory, no matter how long it's been forgotten, can be recalled and its secrets told. This is for you. It was devised as an interview method for Romulan soldiers, but it has long since lost its effectiveness. That is, until we made contact with humans. It's quite effective on the untrained mind. The bug implants itself on the hippocampus, forcing him to relive memories.
And you're sure it will work?
Quite sure. Those memories are then transmitted to this pad.
Steve-O. Steve-O.
Mac?
Hey, dude. What did they want this time?
You.
What the hell do they want with me?
Whatever it is, I didn't tell them anything.
How could you? You don't know anything.
And you said being cooped up in here for 15 years was a bad thing.
Ensign Cunningham, welcome aboard the Imperial Romulan Warbird Davidices.
Why have you brought me here?
You'll find out soon enough.
For some reason, this Admiral Telorus needed to have all of us on his ship at the same time.
To quote our mutual nemesis, resistance is futile. You cannot stop remembering, Captain. We have total control.
Where's Alicia?
Alicia is indisposed at the moment.
You son of a...
I have someone else to show you, Captain.
Why have you taken her?
She is your daughter, Captain.
I have no idea who that woman is, but she is not my daughter.
Get your hands off me! What the hell do you want now? Who the hell is she?
Commander Alicia Mackenzie, meet your daughter.
How's that? I mean,
Your daughter couldn't stand not knowing what happened to her parents. She enlisted some help to travel back in time 20 years.
And just how the hell do you know that?
I have been given clarity on future events by a new friend.
I am Chodak Prime. We have sought to return to your galaxy for 2 millennia.
Now with their help, the galaxy will once again tremble at the thought of the Romulan Star Empire.
Acting Captain's Log, Stardate 62831.3. It's been 8 days since the explosion on Earth, and 4 days since Captain Mackenzie disappeared. Commander Harvey has confirmed tachyon emissions detected in Earth orbit are that of a Romulan warbird, but it appears to be 3 times bigger than the Type II Dideridex class. This represents a significant threat to Federation security, and Admiral Milne has dispatched us to investigate.
Commander, it is agreeable to see that you and your team are well.
All things considered, Captain.
Indeed, we have just completed modifying our sensors to detect the new tachyon emissions. At 0300 hours, the emissions were only 200,000 kilometers distant.
That's close enough for transport.
Yes, we have since been unable to locate the mysterious pilot.
Fascinating.
Being so recent, is there a trail we can follow?
I am relaying the coordinates now.
You know, I hear the Dominion used a similar device.
From what I understand, theirs are a lot more sophisticated. Mac, what's wrong?
How do you know about the Dominion? He's been held here for 20 years.
The guards, I overheard them talking.
You're lying. Who are you?
Mac, it's me, Steve-O.
The Steve Campbell I remember died during a border skirmish in 2370. But with all the stories of Starfleet officers being held hostage, I believe that you were really him. But you're not, are you?
He's clever. I'll give him that.
Never forget what he will do to you.
I told you those stories are true. Not just me, Tom Riker, Ensign Cedo, Jack Carter. The Cardassians captured 8 of us and sold us to the Romulans as slave labor.
You know, this mind probe is helping me see things far more clearly. The Romulans were never in a position to buy prisoners from the Cardassians. Especially not 20 years ago. You haven't been interrogated at all, have you?
I spent 15 years in this cage, waiting for you.
A Starfleet officer has been turned by the Tal Shiar.
What?
I remember reading an intelligence briefing 6 months ago. A Starfleet officer has been turned. That's you, isn't it?
15 years is a long time, Mac.
They surely had to know that everything you knew was obsolete. But they didn't want you, did they, Steve? You've been planning this for 15 years. I'll never tell you anything.
Dad still won't say more than that about Steve. Every time he's told me more of that story, he gets choked up with tears.
You're their slaves, aren't you?
We are no one's slave.
You are. And what's worse, you don't even realise it. Let me guess. They promised you the galaxy in return for a slice of paradise?
The Romulan Star Empire will take its rightful place as ruler of the galaxy.
You can't be naive enough to think they'll settle down on a planet out of the way. When all is said and done, they'll be coming after you.
Speculation.
Fact. Look what the Dominion did. You were perfectly content with that treaty until they destroyed Senator Vreenak's shuttle. The Founders, the Paraths, the Chodak, they all see it as their sacred duty to bring order to the galaxy. Their order. If you subjugate us, you'll be signing your own death warrant.
You are asking me to betray the Chodak based on a theory.
It's not a theory, it's a fact.
Prove it.
Admiral Telorus, you are to escort Captain Mackenzie to these coordinates for further study.
These coordinates are in the heart of Chodak-held space. He's a Romulan prisoner.
And you are working for me. The Chodak Assembly are tired of waiting. It is time to initiate the next phase of the plan.
On the next, all-new Eternal Night.
A call for help
I request asylum. I have urgent information for the Federation Council.
leads to a search for an alien artifact.
The third Sarkel Tavro describes a powerful ancient device. Could also be used as a doomsday weapon.
And the safe return of the captain.
What happened?
But what they discover could spell disaster.
I'm locked out of my console.
What the hell is going on?
Omega.
On the next Eternal Night, only on TrekZone.org.
Wow.